A woman who almost sealed it.
The sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows over the dilapidated structure. The air is thick with anticipation as your urban exploration team approaches the rusted gate. You hesitate just a second longer than the others, drawn to the looming silhouette of the abandoned house. Its windows, black and empty, glare like eyes sunken deep in a skull. The house watches. "Creepy," Nadia mutters, adjusting her camera strap. The gate whines as you push it open. Rust flakes off like dead skin. A chill rolls down your spine, not from the wind, but something subtler. The others feel it too. You step inside. The floorboards groan. Dust hangs in the air like ancient breath. Inside, the walls are adorned with peeling wallpaper and symbols drawn in dark, spidery strokes. At first glance, they seem random, but something in them coheres. They're familiar in a way that makes your skin crawl. "Looks like ritual stuff," Marcus says, snapping a photo. You press deeper into the house, drawn by that same unspoken pull. The smell is the next thing you notice. Old rot, mold, and something sweet underneath. Something wrong. You pass through a narrow hallway, walls marked by handprints, some too large to be human. You swear you hear footsteps above, but the ceiling groans in protest. No one's been up there in decades, you tell yourself. You find a room shrouded in tattered curtains and mildew. In one corner, a dusty camcorder lies beside a stack of old videotapes. Most are unlabeled, save for a few marked with rough dates. You power on the camcorder with a battery from your pack and slide in a tape. Static, then a flickering image. A woman, gaunt, hollow-eyed, stands in a candlelit room. Her name appears faintly in the corner. Evelyn. Her hands tremble as she holds up a book, black and cracked with age. She mutters words in no known language, and behind her, the shadows breathe. "No way this is staged," Jess murmurs. Each tape gets worse. Evelyn begins documenting strange happenings, objects moving, reflections that don't match, a voice calling her name from nowhere. She draws sigils on the floor, her walls, her skin. She writes, burns the pages, rewrites. You find one tape hidden behind the wall panel, marked Day 87, It Knows Me Now. Evelyn speaks directly into the camera. "I found it in the attic." The book. It wasn't just old, it was waiting. Every time I read it, I feel less separate. It wants me to finish what my grandmother started. I tried to resist, but it's always listening. Nadia finds a room filled with broken mirrors and strings tied from corner to corner like a web. A message scrawled across the largest shard reads, "Don't see it. The reflection shows something behind you, but when you turn, nothing." You smash the mirror, and behind it a crawl space leads to a hidden altar made of bones. In the library, buried under collapsed shelves, you uncover Evelyn's diary. The early entries are mundane, moving in, restoring the house. Then, August 12th. I dream of places I've never been, structures that don't obey physics. There's a spiral staircase beneath the floor. I can hear it. August 20th. The book speaks now, not with words, with hunger. September 3rd. I locked the cellar. The thing, it's trying to become me. Every day I feel myself slip. September 9th. I recorded everything. It wants to be known. If someone finds this, don't read the book. Burn it. Burn this place. But I know you won't. You read for hours. She details her slow loss of control. Visions of shadowy watchers outside her window at night. Objects rearranged in the blink of an eye. Uncontrollable urges to harm herself and others. One entry reads, September 11th. I watched my hands move. They weren't mine. I carved its name into the wall. I don't remember doing it, but the blood is still fresh. The handwriting deteriorates. Scratched lines, sometimes symbols instead of words, one final entry, barely legible. To make it right, I must seal it. I must not return. The deeper you explore, the more connected the findings become. The symbols on the walls match the sigils in the diary. You discover a ritual circle etched into the floor beneath a carpet. A false wall in the pantry hides shelves of bone charms, blood-stained candles, and a box of tapes labeled "Failed Attempts." You play one. It shows Evelyn trying to perform a counter-ritual. The symbols flicker, and then her body convulses. She screams, her voice doubled. You pause the video. Her face is still on screen, but her eyes are turned toward you, as if aware you're watching. The final day tape, marked in red ink, shows Evelyn with eyes entirely black, kneeling before the open book. Her voice is layered, hers, and something beneath. It promised peace, but it lied. I see it now. I'm the only lock that holds. She carves the symbol from the wall onto her chest. Blood pours down. She falls. The screen goes black. You find the basement door, nailed shut with iron spikes. Inside, the air is thick. The walls bleed condensation. Symbols glow faintly under your flashlight. A shadow flits past. You descend farther than the blueprints say is possible. A stone stairwell spirals downward, not man-made. The air hums with malevolence. At the bottom, a chamber, circular. In its center, a pit sealed with bone and tar. Carved above the pit, every eye opens a door. A figure stands across the chamber, Evelyn. Her form flickers like a failing signal. I stopped it, but not forever. Not if you're here. Not if you saw. The walls shake. Screams echo. Not from her, but from behind the seal. Something ancient claws at the thin veil between worlds. Your teammates scream behind you. The pit begins to pulse. The tar bubbles. An eye, massive, lidless, blinks open below. You're yanked backward. You wake in the attic. The others are there, pale and shaking. "We lost a day," Nadia whispers. "We couldn't find you." You try to explain, but the words falter. When you glance at the mirror, your reflection smiles before you do. Back at the van, Jess begins vomiting black bile. Symbols appear on her neck. "It didn't stay sealed," she says. "It needed witnesses. Now it has us." Marcus begins drawing symbols unconsciously. You try to stop him. He screams and convulses. He's speaking in Evelyn's voice. "It's not done. It wants to be known. And you brought the world to its door." You look back at the house. It's changed. The sigils on its walls glow faintly, pulsing. Waiting. You drive. Far. Days blur. But it's never far enough. Your GPS glitches. The road loops. You end up near the property line again. The forest around it is wrong now. Trees bent away from the house. Animals missing eyes. Birds flying in loops. The last page of the diary crumbles in your pocket. "To make it right," it said. "You must become the seal. You can't sleep." The book appears in your bag, though you burned it. The tapes re-record themselves. Nadia vanishes one night. Jess speaks in voices. Marcus has stopped blinking. The only choice left is Evelyn's. You return. The house breathes. It welcomes you back. It always does. But this time something is waiting at the threshold. Not the presence, but memory. You see flashes, not of your own life, but Evelyn's. A life before the book, before the rituals. Her grandmother's hands binding the first volume, a hidden room in the attic no one ever found. The house shows you everything now, not as vision, but as truth. Evelyn's rituals failed because they were incomplete. She didn't become the seal, she only paused it. The entity is older than the house, older than words, a watcher, a feeder on consciousness. It doesn't want to destroy the world, it wants to wear it. Evelyn was its first trial. You are its second. Marcus is gone. He left a trail of eyes scratched into the van door. Jess weeps blood and recites pages that no longer exist. Her body is no longer hers. You hear her bones crack as they shift to accommodate the voice. You return to the pit. The tar is gone. The bones broken. The eye is wide and wet and endless. You climb in. You descend. You become the seal, and for a moment the world forgets.
If you want more bone-chilling mysteries like this one, click subscribe and the ring button to stay updated. But be warned, some secrets are better left buried.